This is Takara Osborne from the Nurturing Resilience Toolkit Podcast. The Nurturing Resilience Toolkit Podcast is a production of the Resilient Bladen Project made possible by grant funds by the KBR Charitable Trust. This podcast is meant to be for educational purposes and does not replace professional medical advice. This podcast may contain sensitive or triggering topics. Please listen with care and know that resources are available in the show notes, on our social media sites, or by request.
Hello, my name is Kayla Breon, and you are tuning in to the Resilient Bladen Nurturing Resilience Toolkit Podcast.
Hi, I'm Takara Osborne, and we established this podcast to spread awareness throughout our community about adverse childhood experiences, better known as ACEs, and to build a more resilient and thriving Bladen County.
So let's start with the basics. What are adverse childhood experiences? We'll call them ACEs. What exactly are ACEs, and why are they so important to talk about? ACEs are traumatic events that occur in childhood, like abuse, neglect, or witnessing violence. They can be emotional, physical, or sexual trauma, but they also include things like growing up in a household with substance abuse, mental health issues, or domestic violence.
Right, and the impact of these experiences can be long-lasting. Studies have shown that children who experience multiple ACEs are more likely to face physical and mental health issues later in life, like chronic diseases, depression, and even difficulties in relationships. But there's good news. Resilience is something that can be built, and it is possible to heal.
Absolutely. Resilience isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about how we respond and grow from adversity. In Bladen County, many families face unique challenges, and yet we're all still incredible examples of resilience within our community. That's what we're here to talk about, how we, as individuals and as a community, can nurture resilience. So that leads us to our next point, the importance of resilience.
So let's talk a little bit about resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back after adversity. It is the strength that allows you to overcome challenges and emerge stronger. In fact, resilience isn't just a trait some people they're born with. It is something that can be cultivated over time.
That's right. And it's important to remember that resilience doesn't mean you're unaffected by trauma or hardship, because we all are. It means you have the tools to navigate them and find ways to thrive despite challenges. A supportive community, strong relationships, and access to mental health resources are just a few of the factors that can help build resilience.
Absolutely. In Bladen County, we have a community full of stories of strength and perseverance. People here have faced unimaginable challenges, and yet, through determination, support, and a lot of hard work, they've managed to rebuild their lives and families. That's what we're sharing with you in future episodes. Real stories from our neighbors, our educators, our healthcare workers, and others who are working to build resilience in our community. But first, we have to lay the foundation and the groundwork for understanding ACEs.
So let's talk about the toolkit part of our title. And yes, we know our title is long, but you'd be surprised how many podcasts are out there. So what exactly is a resilience toolkit? Well, it's a collective of strategies, skills, and resources that help us cope with adversity and bounce back when life gets tough. Over the course of this podcast, we'll be introducing practical tools you can use, such as self-care techniques, coping strategies, and local programs that can support you or your loved ones in building resilience.
We'll also hear some incredible guests that are local to our area, experts in mental health, education, and community service, who will share their insights and advice on how to support children and families and individuals who have experienced ACEs. Plus, we'll give you ways to get involved in your community to help build resilience for others.
And each episode will leave you with something you can take away, whether it's a new perspective, a practical tool, or a reminder that healing is possible and that you're not alone. So what can we expect in these future episodes, Takara?
In our upcoming episodes, we will dive into topics like how the schools here in Bladen County are supporting students who have faced trauma, how community leaders are working together to build safer and more resilient environments, and those real-life stories of resilience from the people who were able to overcome incredible challenges.
And we'll also take a look at resources available right here in Bladen County, places you can turn to for help, or even ways you can get involved to make a difference. We're really excited to bring you all of this, and we hope you'll continue joining us for this journey.
So, we thank you for listening to this first episode of the Nurturing Resilience Toolkit Podcast. We're thrilled to have you with us, and we can't wait to continue this conversation.
If you've enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, share it with others who might benefit, and follow us on social media for updates on new episodes and local events. And remember, resilience is a journey, and we're here to walk with you every step of the way. Until next time, I'm Kayla Breon.
And I'm Takara Osborne.
Take care of yourself and each other.